Philomena, a little spotlight for you.
Hi, I'm Kass, and this is Honey.
And we're regular Canadians enjoying weed on Zoom with Ray and Katie. Welcome. You guys are hustling and have great projects in mind. So tell us a bit about like the Golden Gaze B&B.
Yeah, so Golden Gaze is really like the culmination of all of our travel together. And we've always had to travel a lot together because Katie was living in Michigan and I was living in BC when we met. So we were long distance from the start. So we, would meet up and travel somewhere as part of our get together or whatever.
So I was born and raised in Michigan and I lived there for about 22 years. And then we met and we moved to Texas together. So we moved here from Texas in 2016.
Gotcha.
3
and
years
then
after the election.
Yeah.
Is that just coincidental timing, or
it was like we were living in Texas. I am queer and Black and an immigrant there, and it was like, that is too much. When we have family up in Canada that are more than happy to have us. So that's how we ended up back up here.
Yeah, the plan was always to move to Canada eventually, but the election really bumped the timeline up.
Yeah.
So after we've had all of those travels, we've gathered enough experiences of what not to do. We also had a few experiences that were like, this is great. We'd love other people to have this opportunity. And we created kind of like a retirement vision of creating Golden Gaze Bed and Breakfast. Mm-hmm. But since we've been home together, since especially COVID-19 has hit, we've had a lot more time to actually just talk about this vision. We took a little bit of a road trip to Golden, a place that we'd stayed a couple of times in Golden, BC. And things just started snowballing. It was like, oh, and then we could have this. Oh, we could have this. And this is how we could get it funded. And now all of a sudden we have an Indiegogo campaign. It just kind of like became no longer a retirement plan.
Yeah, it was really like we had no say. Like we were like, oh, we would do that. And then the universe was like, oh, here, this is your project. And just put it. And we're like, okay, I guess we're doing this.
We got the time.
Yeah. And so it was really just born out of this want to give people better vacations, just a chance to actually reconnect to who you are in a way that you're not worried about like how bad your global impact is because you're staying at a hotel that, washes the sheets twice a day. So not that there's anything wrong with cleanliness, but do use a water recycling system, people.
So exactly, sure. Experiences like that led us to create the vision of Golden Gaze Bed and Breakfast.
Yeah, so it'll really be a sustainable, accessible, affirming space where you just don't have to worry about all those things that can come with booking a kind of traditional vacation. And for folks who have mobility issues, a lot of times you can't even get in the door. You see this place that you're like, oh my God, that'd be amazing to stay there. And we have this idea of like, as soon as you become disabled, that your mind doesn't have the same ambitions and the same dreams and the same wants to experience the world. And it's absolutely not true. And so, a lot of times like places for disabled folks are ugly and we don't want that. We want to create this luxurious, like just really nature connected experience for folks because everyone equally deserves it regardless of your accessibility needs, of course.
Yeah. And a lot of times places are retrofitting sustainability or retrofitting accessibility into their existing models or businesses. But if building it into the model means that we're not going to run into those issues in the future.
Oh, yeah.
Takes time to do it, to know your vision and do it right the first time. And I also provides, like you said, a place where people will feel comfortable knowing that they're welcome because you've thought of their needs before they've arrived.
And as you were saying, of now guests can know that their money is going towards like an amazing cause, as in people who are not just some suit in a corrupt like Trump hotel, Hilton, etc. People are like, one of the other ways I can protest along with all the crazy important stuff that's going on is with my dollar, is with like where and who I choose to spend my like money on and with. And so I'm like so glad that you reached out to us and that we heard about your wonderful project. And so, yes, you have an Indiegogo campaign. And how's it working? Like the timeline, tell us a bit more about that and how people can help.
So Indiegogo gives you really short and sweet little time frames. So we've got 14 days left, 2 weeks. We have a pretty lofty goal. We're asking for 300,000 Canadian. And that basically will just secure the rest of the loan to be able to build this space. So right now we've raised $86,000, which is just
how good
amazing.
for you.
Yeah, it's been really cool to just see people be like, yeah, this is awesome, because we think it's awesome, but you know, we have lots of ideas. That doesn't always mean the whole world wants it. So it's been really cool to just get, you know, that tangible feedback of like, this is a space people want to see exist.
We've done the math and we know that we only need 329 more folks to consider booking a future vacation with us, that we would make very flexible. You could redeem it anytime within at least 3 years of us opening, or, you know, something that like, if you have the resources and you know you're going to want to stay here in the future, if you paid for your stay now, it would help us build. But even if that's not the case, right, we know that every amount helps. You know, some folks just have $1 and they just want to say, hey, this is something I support, which is good, which helps us show an investor, hey, we've had like at least 240 folks already say this is something they really, really want to see in the world, even if they don't have those resources to pay for a stay yet. So it's been beautiful to see the kind of outpouring of support, to see, you know, all of the comments as people share about us on like Instagram, and you can see them say like, wow, this is such a so needed space. This is something I want so badly to exist. We need more places like this. It's really affirming to hear that so many people feel the same need, that I feel like we're going to have a really rad future on our hands if we can get everyone to invest in this. Not just us, and everyone who has a dream like ours. We do have some other perks for contributing to our campaign. I'll start with my coaching. So I am a certified Enneagram coach and life coach. For those who don't know, the Enneagram is an ancient system of understanding yourself and other people, sometimes described as a personality theory, but it goes way deeper than that. It also has deep connections to numerology, astrology, tarot, if you're interested in all of that. It has a really huge ancient spiritual tradition as well. But it's really just an amazing way to help understand all of what happens in this ego, all of what happens in our weird but very cool brains. Yeah, I could talk about the Enneagram all day, which is why I also became an Enneagram coach.
We'll have on-site coaching as well with Katie, which are why they're part of the perks there.
I think that's the beautiful thing that has happened during COVID, is that people have been given a chance to stop what they're doing and try something else, because we all need to try something else now. The way we used to live is done, and now it's time to look at how we're going to live for the rest of the time. And this is our moment
of not this, like, when we go back to normal, it's over.
There's no normal.
That does not work for anybody. We're moving on now.
There's a way we used to be, but that's gone.
And that's causing a lot of pain for folks. I think a lot of people are worried about because we don't know what the future looks like, and people get worried with uncertainty. It's just guaranteed. But I feel like we have such opportunity that really anything is possible. It kind of relates to our campaign in that it's currently in its concept stage. So that means really any input that people give to us, it's something we can incorporate. So I'm kind of seeing the future like our Indiegogo campaign of like, we have the input. We can build something that has everyone in mind. So this is the time. Give your input. How do you want to see the world?
Oh, that is so well said, with everyone in mind. I mean, you're right that it's still emotional and you can be fearful of change, but it's not totally something to be sad of. Like, now we can all be involved in building the future. I mean, that's what we say about the cannabis industry a lot as well. You know, these are industries that are being made in like the 21st century, and Canada's just the second of a whole world of countries. And hopefully that means that it's like an equal opportunity industry for once, ugh. And so I love that when we, meet people who are putting these things that we rant about and dream about into action. Like yes, you were building the things build it and they will come, as they say, like literally. And especially, I mean, looking at the amazing drawings and concepts and videos, everything on your Indiegogo, yes, it will be rad. I was like, I want to go to the cannabis enjoyment space, please. Like, when can we get there? Like, yes. And so, yeah. But I guess that segues into tell us about your weed relationship a bit, I suppose, either of you or both of you. Yeah.
So I identify as a stoner. That's part of my identity.
Stoner.
Hi, I'm Ray and I'm stoner. Yeah.
Completely life-changing for me. Like, as someone who has intense anxiety, who has a lot of PTSD, it's just really a chance to connect to who I actually think I am and who I want others to see me as. And so that gets looped into when I travel, then I'm forced to be someone I don't want to be because I don't have access to my weed because the property says no smoking and so does the city or whatever, you know? And so we have this legalization, but we don't have a lot of reform. So you have like landlords who won't let you smoke in their properties. Like, so if you're poor and can't buy a house, you can't smoke weed. That's not legalization, you know? So we wanted to create a space that folks can come and actually discover who they want to be, how they want to be seen, and just smoke a joint and have a good time. I mean, there's hundreds of years of stigma now built up around this like healing, amazing green, and folks don't have access to it because of all of this garbage around it. So we really want to just create the space where like you can come check out these like silly bongs I make out of weird thrifted stuff. You can check out our like pamphlets on different ways to consume, you know, get in a hammock chair, just enjoy what nature has to offer us. We have so many amazing things on this planet and we're gonna lose them if we don't, you know, wake up a little. So but another part that we want to do that we haven't been able to advertise on our Indiegogo because it's an American platform, is we want to be running a cannabis cultivation business as well. So we want to do like really like craft, like, you know, hand grown, small batch weed, where you know who grew it, you know that it's me, I'm the one who grew it. Not some like who's never smoked. Like we want to get in before cannabis becomes what tobacco became, essentially what liquor's become, where it's just run by 6 white guys who have no interest in the product.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's do it. This is, oh my goodness.
This is
Oh
one
my
of
God.
This is the best.
And the lycra. Holy crap. Everything is amazing in there.
I need to come there.
Right? I cannot wait for us to sesh at the Golden
In the car.
Oh my God.
This one works with 2 if you want.
Look at that.
What is that?
Is that right? Like a 2-person bong? I was gonna say, is that like that is just, oh my God. If I were ever to get married, that is like how we would, you know, finish the ceremony. Like,
A unity bong.
Instead of the champagnes with the linked arms, it would be the double bong. Oh,
you make that?
That is beautiful.
This is a fun one. This is one of my favorite ones that Ray made. My relationship with cannabis was never really as positive as Ray's in that sense. I grew up really around the racist language, policies, etc., as we all did. And so I didn't smoke until I graduated from college. Not even until a couple years ago. And I was like not nice to people who did before because I thought stoner culture was nasty. Yeah, you can use that too.
So common. Like the Reagans got to us.
They did a job well done.
Right?
They did.
They made that shit last.
They brainwashed well. Nothing like a catchy catchphrase and a frying egg. Like, but that's totally like a common experience. And so then when you did try it, how'd it go? Was it?
Yeah. So I've had to apologize to folks since because obviously I've had a very similar experience to Ray in that it really changed my relationship to my mental health. It had been a really stressful time, especially since moving to Canada. it helps with so much, especially with anxiety, especially with depression. I'm not a doctor, so I can't prescribe that to anyone, but in my experience, I think that everyone should smoke. And I feel sad how stigmatized it's been, and how criminalized people have been over a plant that has offered so much healing for folks over the years. So I'm so grateful for Ray, who is really passionate about it, because Ray's helped educate me a lot more. I'm really blessed. I've got Ray here who will just like pass a fully packed bowl to me, and I'm like, thank you. What are we having? And so it's nice. It's like a curated cannabis experience, which we hope to offer to other people. So I can vouch for how wonderful Ray is as a curator.
Oh.
The dream would be to have, like, we've called it a bud and breakfast a little bit too sometimes, because it'd be nice to have like a little sample platter of different bud for folks to choose from.
Here's
over
your
there.
evening flight.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
What are you feeling? What are you interested in?
All of that. I love that so much. And I also love that, like, you're sort of coming full circle on weed. Like, I have met a lot of people who say that same thing. Like, when I finally tried it, it was like, oh shit, this is different to what everyone told me. Why did they lie to me? What the fuck? Like, you feel betrayed by society.
It's such a betrayal, and it does such an injustice for then people are like, well, weed is just amazing. Let me go do something more than weed because this was just amazing, Like, and so when you equate it with things like heroin, you get people doing both when it's not the same thing we're talking about. So that's not great either. But I mean, we really want to just create a space where, like, for me, like, relaxing, it, like, you're, say, in Mexico, you're relaxing on the beach, and then you have to sneak away like a criminal and smoke hidden from the people, and, like, for someone who has anxiety, who is a Black person, who is constantly perceived as some sort of thready criminal thing, like, that is not a fun time to be like, just trying to get my hits in with the waves blowing it out. This is clearly a very personal experience, but it really ruins the whole, like, here I am relaxing in tune with who I am, when you then have to go out or put on your coat in -30 and go out and try to get your lighter to go, and, like, why it doesn't have the same harmful, like, to physical property that like nicotine does. So why not smoke in your living room? Why not be able to enjoy, what we've got?
Or rip a bong in your bed, like I'm doing
Rip a bong in your bed
is the best.
Yeah.
That's so true, and is making me think of, like, what they say about mushrooms and other, not heroin, but other sort of plant spirit type drugs. Those, other drugs of, like, set and setting. Maybe the reason why weed has this image of anxiety and, it causes you anxiety is because our mindset has been, oh my God, am I going to get arrested, or am I going to get socially ostracized? And my setting has been in -30-degree weather, running, from other people, et cetera, and so maybe give weed a chance, as in put it in a nice environment in, like, a fancy cocktail bar or a bohemian, like, relaxation B&B space or whatever it is, and maybe people will find it wasn't the weed that was the anxiety so much as, like, all these other negative problems, and the right dosage and all those stuff as well. But I mean, like, there was external forces working against the plant to, like, make people have a bad time as well.
I mean, you could have applesauce that gave you paranoia if you made it illegal to eat applesauce.
Yeah.
So, like, that already makes it,
Seriously,
already skews the experience. So
how you guys were saying, like, you were visualizing it for retirement, but I love then that it was like, wait, I'm not gonna, no need to postpone the best part of our lives, or, like, this thing that we really want to do, this passion. Let's try and make retirement or that level of lifestyle right now. And that's the way to do it. Like, that's the way to do it.
It is.
Like, we would be so much happier as a culture if everyone did what they wanted to do in retirement now. And jobs would still get done because people want to help, people want to participate. And so, like, if we all just got to live into this, like, what do I actually want to be contributing here? So it's just been fun to live in that space of like, let's do it because we want to.
It's like every step of the way, rethinking what work is going to be in the coming decades as the environment changes, as the economies are changing, you know, the pandemic's putting a speed up on it all. But like, yeah, you know, AI is only getting more and more. We may well not all have to have jobs quite soon, and like universal basic income, all of these like conversations. And so people like you who are set up with your own self-sustaining, like self-run little oasis business passion, you know, all of that, like that is the kind of thing that our world is headed towards, that will be better for the planet, for the people on the planet, you know, and still fun.
These are things we can have. We just have to, you know, all agree we need a better world. We got to go this way, everyone, like shuffle y'all this way.
Yeah.
So it's so possible. And it's not getting better unless we take direct action. So this is the time. We need it now. We can't wait anymore. And I'm like mad that's a debated concept.
To say.
Like, it's infuriating that then like, whoa, a bit radical. You want to live. Oh. Like,
I don't want the corn to scorch anymore.
Like, you want to actually survive. Oh, that's a bit crazy. You're asking a lot. God damn it. Like, that's, yeah. But this like gives us a shred of hope. Like there is.
This put a smile on my face today.
Good.
Yeah, we're excited to host you guys one day.
Oh,
We're gonna have fun.
I have so many fun bongs, and I'm gonna make you try them all in just one go. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Up for that challenge big time. That sounds so amazing. Way to build the life that you want.
It just feels real already. And we're just trying to like reel it in, bring it from the future to now. We know it's already there somewhere.
oh, well, best of luck. We know you can do it. It's such a great idea. It's
Thank
gonna be
you.
great. I can't wait to come.
Definitely.
Thank
All
you so
Canadians,
much.
check them out and support the Golden Gaze B&B. And thank you so much for watching Canada. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
And don't drive high. So nice to meet you.
So y'all know, I actually found you from just typing in the hashtag like organically. Like I was like, we're just looking for like regular Canadians enjoying weed. This is a hashtag. Oh! I was like, nice, perfect.
Yes.
Oh, cool. I love that. That's actually like so amazing. You are legends. Golden Gaze legends. Hell yes.
We're the golden gaze of golden gaze.
Seriously, it is like the best name. Like,
It is. It's great. It's great.